The author of this post misrepresents Harris, Sheth, and Cohen in order to deflect serious counter-evidence to his argument. The post in question is filled with fabricated quotes and baseless assertions which fundamentally distort the study's conclusions in the author's favor. Let us first address the fact that despite appearing as direct citations, none of the 3 quotes presented by the author appear verbatim within the original study. If you read the study, you will not find them. Even if these quotes are a paraphrase of the content of the study, presenting them as direct quotes grants unwarranted authority to the author's interpretation. This undermines honest discourse and misrepresents the study's findings. Fabricating direct quotes to support an argument is indefensible. The study speaks for itself and it does not endorse the author's claims. So, what does the study actually say? Let's use the author's post to format our response. Let's look at the first assertion. The study focuses on distinct neural activations between belief and disbelief but does not delve into differentiating between not believing X and believing not X as discrete cognitive states. To determine the error, let's look at the experimental method itself. Subjects were all right-handed, English native speakers without a history of neurological or psychiatric disorders. The subjects were laid down in a 3T MRI scanner and presented with a series of short statements. After reading each statement, subjects were asked to evaluate its truth content with the press of a button, indicating true, belief, false, disbelief, or undecidable, uncertainty. As you can see, the study explicitly measures the neural correlates of 3 doxastic states. Belief, BSP. Accepting a proposition as true. Disbelief, BS not P. Accepting a proposition as false. Uncertainty, not BSP and not BS not P. Neither believing nor disbelieving. The study clearly and explicitly treats uncertainty as distinct from both belief and disbelief. Disbelief, which is actively believing not X, expresses differently than uncertainty, not believing X. The assertion that the study doesn't consider the difference between BSP and BS not P is just false. The experiment was designed to take it into account. Moving on to the second assertion, again accompanied by a fabricated quote, the study distinguishes certainty from uncertainty but does not suggest that uncertainty equates to or implies a lack of belief. This is just wrong. The study does not mention certainty in any context. It distinguishes the associated neural patterns of belief, disbelief, and uncertainty. To say otherwise is to collapse belief and disbelief into the same pattern, which the study also doesn't do. To explain further, let us look at the results and discussion section of the study. Belief was associated with increased activity in the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, VMPFC, a region linked to factual knowledge, emotion, and reward. Disbelief was associated with increased activity in the anterior insula, a region linked to the sensation of taste aversion, pain, and disgust. Uncertainty was associated with a different pattern of activation, primarily involving the anterior cingulate cortex and the caudate, regions associated with conflict monitoring and error detection. The subjects gave their responses to the statements presented, and the machine captured the neural image of their brain at that moment, true, false, or undecided. The subjects were never solicited for the certainty of any of their responses, and the machine did not capture any such images. There was no mention of certainty anywhere in the study. This assertion outright misrepresents the data collected during the study. The next assertion is just nonsense. The study sees disbelief as an active cognitive state that can coexist with belief and disbelief. Well, I'm certainly impressed that disbelief can coexist with itself. What does it mean for disbelief to coexist? Am I to understand disbelief as a spiritual thing? A mystical element in a Platonic realm of doxastic states from which belief and disbelief emerge to manifest in our shared reality? This seems like more mystical and metaphorical nonsense than a serious consideration of the study. The author has again failed to engage with the material in a meaningful manner, substituting the science with a reality of his own. To state it plainly, the study indicates that belief and disbelief are active cognitive processes with distinct neural signatures. While belief engages the VMPFC, disbelief activates the anterior insula. Uncertainty is also a neurological state distinct from both belief and disbelief. This state has its own neural correlates, not strictly related to belief or disbelief. Uncertainty, as a distinct cognitive state with separate neural activation, is described as not belief not BSP and not disbelief not BS not P, literally a lack of belief. Neural imaging confirms that an undecided response produces a distinct pattern, separate from both true and false responses. In short, the study describes uncertainty as a cognitive state where belief is absent. At every turn, the author has misrepresented the study's content, fabricated quotes, and forced interpretations that the study does not support. The actual findings of the study are clear: belief, disbelief, and uncertainty are distinct cognitive states with unique neural correlates. The author has not just failed to engage with the study, he has substituted his own fiction in place of the actual findings. This is not an honest discussion of the science.